Ben gave me a timeline, and I was supposed to be finished 12 minutes ago. So I'm going to try to get us back on schedule here. The chancellor stole everything I was going to say, so I don't need to talk much anyway. I do want to talk about some of the economic issues. When I grew up in Macon County was primarily a farming community. A lot of dairy farms in the area, and the main corridor up through this whole region was 441. And everybody wanted to move here and then close the door so that nobody else would come in. That was the general sentiment of most of western North Carolina. We sort of didn't want anybody else. That has changed a lot. But we are a well-kept secret in western North Carolina. I want to give you 3 anecdotes. 46 years ago, I went to Governor's School West. I was doing pretty good in school, nominated to go to Governor's School. They had Governor's School East, Governor's School West. Guess where Governor's School West was? Winston-Salem. That was sort of, from the governor's office, that's sort of where the West was. When I talk to my customers today, I have customers from all over the country. When I tell them I'm from Franklin, North Carolina, they say, "Oh, is that close to Raleigh?" I say, "No, we're in the far southwest corner." And they say, "Oh, so you're close to Charlotte." People know where the Great Smoky Mountain National Park is, so that's how I explain where we are. But that's outside this region, that may be about the only thing that we're known for, and we have to do better at marketing this region for tourism, for technology, and for infrastructure outside this region. And the only way we can get better at that is to do something that the chancellor suggested, and that is team up with each other. Let me give you a couple of examples of how we have tried to do that recently. We just had a presentation this week from a CIS class at Western. The CIS class did a project for us. They did it for free. As part of their educational program, we are going to use some of the things that they developed, and I hope we get to hire, in fact, we're trying to hire some of those folks that did the presentation right now to keep them from going somewhere else and getting a job. So that was a great partnership. I want to tell you about the way that we have partnered with the Eastern Band to build fiber in these 7 western counties. We have over 225 miles of buried fiber. I think it's an unusual thing for a private enterprise and a sort of a public entity to partner in those kinds of things. So I'm very proud of a couple of things that we've done. But my vision is, in this region, for example, tourism. I am committed to, in my tourism venues, I'm committed to promoting the Eastern Band. I'm committed to promoting the Nantahala Outdoor Center. I am committed to promoting the Great Smoky Mountain Railroad. All of those things. Now, of course, I want them to promote me too. But that's the only, when folks come here from out of state, we want them to spend not one night, but we want them to spend a week and enjoy the entire region. But as far as technology is concerned, the plan has really 6 things, and I think the chancellor mentioned them all. But we've got to coordinate economic development activities. We've got to diversify and expand the economy. We can't just be a farming community anymore. We've got to be ready when that new industry shows up. We've got to have fiber, we've got to have water, and we've got to have sewer in more places than we've got it today. We have to facilitate the success of small businesses in western North Carolina. It is not just the mega business, and granted, I love it when it would have been great if we could have got Google to locate here. But that ship sailed. What we can try to do, though, is try to encourage small businesses to locate here because of our quality of life. And we've got to train the workforce of the future. We employ about 50 Western Carolina University graduates. We employ a number of Southwestern Community College graduates, and they have done a great job at training for the things that we need. And finally, we ought to promote and support agriculture as a viable economic practice again in Western North Carolina. And I don't mean just Christmas trees, even though that is a great business. If you're a Christmas tree farmer, more power to you. That is a great business. But we've got to promote additional kind of farm-to-table kind of enterprises in Western North Carolina. That's all I got.